Thursday night here at FedEx Forum, the Memphis Grizzlies knew they had to contain Chris Paul and win the rebound battle to get a win over the Clippers. I did not get this seersucker jacket for winning the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Those are given out on Sunday. This Memphis Grizzlies team, they have no choice but to be pumped up right now. Down 3-1. It is either win or go home. Once you come out here, then anybody and everybody is a victim of being hit with a snowball. All right. And as we just showed you, the University of Memphis women's basketball team went into halftime with a pretty good lead over Southern Miss. But, Coach, in the second half, you always got to come out prepared and try not to have a letdown. The grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies allowed 7 different Clippers to score double digits. Memphis was out-rebounded by L.A. by 24. I couldn't stop talking right there when you would know the Grizzlies lost the game, but I will continue. Hey guys, I'm outside of Carpenter Complex where late last night former
Marcus Hunter, a sports and news reporter for Fox 13 TV in Memphis, covered the breaking story.
There was a lot of pressure on the Memphis police, more so because, yeah, the media got involved, but it was the University of Memphis student and the University of Memphis athlete. Today, there were 4 more NBA playoff games. We're going to start with the Lakers at the Spurs. A lot of folks thinking that this series could be a lot closer than a 2-7 matchup you would think would it be. Well, let's get you down to San Antonio for the action. They think that because it's the Lakers. They have a lot of superstars, but they hadn't played this well this year. Early on in the game, Steve Nash, he had a good game, but there you see Dwight Howard getting the slam right there from Paul Gasol. More from the Lakers. Powell giving it up to Howard again for the alley-oop flush. Later on, back down the other end, Tim Duncan is going to take the dish wide open for – he just missed a fundamental. He just always finds a way to get involved in the game. Time winding down, third quarter. Metta World Peace tries to save the loose ball from going out of bounds. Tony Parker picks it up, heads the other way, feeds Ginobili for the hoop, and the Horn. Spurs up by 8 at the break. Later on in the third, Spurs up by 7. Ginobili going to work with DeJuan Blair, getting him to get the 2-point bucket. Then Ginobili for the 3. Spurs take a 13-point lead, and they take game 1, 91-79. Spurs win game 1. Heat versus Bucks. Dwayne Wade and the Heat playing host to the Bucks game 1. First round playoffs. Early on in the game, LeBron James, well, he takes the dish from Wade and hits the bucket, and he is going to be fouled right here. Moments later, Heat up by 9 in transition again. You're going to see a lot of this in this series. The ball to LeBron James, who does what with it? Slam. Then James slashing through the paint. The nice layup, getting it to go. 7-point lead at the half for the Miami Heat. Third quarter, Heat up by 8. LeBron James drives and throws down a left-handed jam. The Heat take game 1. Final score, 110-87.
Who's this football coach?
You know, they have a new guy. He's from Wisconsin. Hear this how they say it up
there. You mean Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
It was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Anyway.
Brad Bielema. When you look at the video and you think about your time here, what do you think about?
I think about the change that's occurred in the last 4 or 5 years. I think about me coming in here to a team that wasn't so good and having to go through the struggles, the adversity that we went through to the point that we're at now.
Mike Conley has had quite the impact on the Grizzlies. This season, he finished 3rd in the NBA in steals, 13th in assists, and over the past 2 years, he has hit big shots after big shots. Conley has also made game-changing plays for families right here in the Bluff City. Shortly before Christmas, Shakitra Frierson and her family lost everything, including Christmas gifts for her 4 young children. Conley heard their story and stepped in.
Devastating to lose everything in a fire, and especially around Christmas time. Just my presence or me being there hanging out with them for a few hours or going shopping with them or, going to St. Jude, whatever it may be. Those little things, it might not seem like a lot to some people, but that kind of stuff really touches people and really can turn their life around in different ways.
Seeing Mike reach out to help anyone who needs it is no surprise. Conley has the Mid-South in his blood.
We're from the South. My mom's from West Helena, Arkansas, right over the bridge.
His father, Mike Conley Sr., was a track star at the University of Arkansas, and he won 16 NCAA long jump and triple jump titles. As an Olympian, he took home the silver and gold medal in the triple jump.
That is a new world record.
And he just so happens to be the 3-time Foot Locker Celebrity Slam Dunk Champion.
It was normal, you know. It's the only thing I knew. But you know, my dad was gone all the time. You know, always out of town. I watched him on TV. I thought that was normal. I felt like everybody did that. But as I grew up, I came to know that, you know, I had a famous dad.
So it was only natural that he follow the family bloodline and make his own mark. Connolly only played 1 year of college basketball. He led the Buckeyes to the national title game, and just 3 months later, he was picked 4th overall by the Grizzlies. Even though his family is nearby, Mike says he knew very little about Memphis, and once he got here, his view of the world changed.
Culture shock, you know, when you first come down. Like you said, I've had both parents, and I feel like that's how life was growing up. And to finally come out and see what it's really like and see, you know, how bad things can really be for a lot of people, it can only touch you in so many different ways.
The year before Connolly was drafted, the Grizzlies were the worst team in the NBA. In a mirror image of his team, Connolly's first season was a struggle.
It's a long year for us because we didn't win too many games, but, you know, that team had a lot of fun.
Things didn't get better until head coach Mark Iavaroni was fired. Lionel Hollins took over, and after a few roster moves, Hollins gave Connolly just what he needed, a chance.
The thing when I came in was they drafted him as the 4th pick in the draft. And I just made a decision that we needed to see whether Mike could play. And the only way we could do that is throw him in there, give him the ball, and let him play.
That's when I felt free. I felt like I finally had the keys to the car. I was able to drive it.
5 years ago, Connolly could go wherever he wanted in Memphis without being noticed. Not today. He can't walk from FedEx Forum to Mrs. Polly on Beale for lunch without signing autographs.
It happens pretty much every time I go out.
He says he now feels the same love for him and his team that the city has always shown for FedEx Forum's other tenants, the Memphis Tigers.
I love my Grizzlies!
We're getting what the Tigers have been getting since they've been here, and it feels great because, you know, you love the love that you get from the fans, and we appreciate that a lot.
Matt, well, the Memphis Grizzlies have several points of emphasis going into tonight's game. They must slow down the Clippers bench, slow down Chris Paul, and, of course, finally get a win in the rebounding battle.
They have a lot more offensive players on their bench than we do, so it's not but we still have to play well. We defend better and rebound better, then that negates their bench a little bit. But if we're going out there and we're giving up easy buckets to them, then their bench is going to have a good night.
I feel like we're the best bench in the league, and we've played everywhere. I mean, even starting in China this year and on the road, at home, we're comfortable anywhere, you know, and we just feel like that's one of our advantages to our team, one of the strengths to our team.
Chris Paul is the best guard in this series. He has been a problem for the Memphis Grizzlies all season long, but now Grizzlies guard Mike Connolly is becoming a problem for the Clippers. In Game 2, Connolly had 28 points and 9 assists. He'll need that same kind of performance tonight.
I think it'd help to have another game like that, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we have a bunch of guys on this team that they can play much better.
The team goes as he goes, and I think that's what their team realizes, that when he plays well, they play well, and they feed off of his energy. So I try to contain him as much as possible, but Mike is one of those guys who just year in and year out just keeps getting better.
The Clippers have won 11 of the last 16 over the Grizzlies. Now, Memphis has to win 4 over the next 5 if they want to advance. It starts tonight at the Grindhouse.
We just want to take care of home. That's all we want to do. Take it one game at a time. They took it one game at a time. They won 2, and that's what we got to put our focus on.
We all understand the gravity of the situation and how big of a game it is, because you can't win 2 unless you win 1. So we got to get the ball rolling here at home in front of our home crowd, and in a huge game.
A win tonight for the Grizzlies is crucial because in NBA history, no team has ever come back from being down 0-3 to win a playoff series. And in the Grizzlies' history, each time they've gone down 0-3, 3 times, they've been swept. At FedEx Forum, Marcus Hunter, Fox 13 Sports. There was a position battle going on at every position, but one that takes center stage over most, quarterback. And with there being a competition at quarterback, all of the guys up for that starting job put on a good show. Tigers quarterbacks put up 222 passing yards, completing 23 of 36 passes.